This is DYUP Sugbo, the official campus radio of the University of the Philippines, Cebu. DYUP Sugbo operates 4 hours daily and is streamed online on DYUP Sugbo, our official Facebook page, and on DYUP Sugbo UP Cebu's YouTube channel. Our radio booth is located in the radio room of the College of Communication, Arts and Design's undergraduate building at the University of the Philippines, Cebu, Gorordo Avenue, Lahug, Cebu City. DYUP Sugbo is operated and maintained under the management of Mila Marie Lagahit, DYUP Station Manager, along with Bianca Marie Cabrera and Ven Vincent Magaliano, Assistant Station Managers. DYUP Sugbo is technically managed by DYUP's Technical Committee under the supervision of Taina Rubinos, the Technical Head. DYUP Sugbo's programs are produced and curated by the Programming Committee under the supervision of Daisy Rosas, the Programming Head. DYUP Sugbo's official Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter accounts are run by the Publicity Committee under Gillian Marie Dayan, DYUP's Publicity Head. DYUP Sugbo's records and documents are managed by Julia Marie Kilantang, DYUP Secretary. DYUP Sugbo's Executive Committee, Technical Committee, Programming Committee, and Publicity Committee are under the supervision of Sir Maurice Giri Villa Esther, DYUP's advisor. DYUP Sugbo, Kauban Nimo, is now signing off.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, ay basta sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Upang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagagang tuloy. Mo'y at sa langit mo pagaw, ay hinagang tulakaw.
test it out. Tune in here for a great surprise. Ride the airwaves and come realize.
There's a lot to learn and much to see. Come be updated here in UPC. Turn your radio on, you'll find your way. DYUP's here to save the day.
DYUP, Kauban mo, you will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo, DYUP, Kauban mo, you will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo.
The world's heavy, don't give up. Raise your voice, fight and do not stop. Yes, we hear you, you are not alone. Radio's not dead, yes, we are on.
DYUP Kauban nimo, bisan asa magkamuan to.
Music ug balita nga bag-o adi kini para sa imo.
Maski ikaw lang usa, daghan ang isag asa.
DYUP ikabiyaan andam pang pagsilbihan.
There's a lot to learn and much to see. Come be updated here in UPC. Turn your radio on, you'll find your way. DYUP's here to save the day.
DYUP, Kauban mo, you will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo, DYUP, Kauban mo, you will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo. Kauban mo. Kauban mo. Kauban mo. DYUP, Kauban mo.
Live on air from the University of the Philippines Cebu radio booth in service of the people. This is 98.9 DYUP Sugbo, Kauban mo.
Maayong adlaw UP Cebu. I am Omi Igon.
And I am Chaya Marquez.
You're listening to Sayayo UP Cebu.
The beat of campus, the pulse of news.
For the headlines.
Cebu BRT full operations delayed to 2027.
DOJ files criminal raps versus Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated members.
7 million pesos worth of illegal drugs seized in Lapu-Lapu City in Bible's operation.
Michelle D opted for short hair in Miss Universe journey.
TNT Triple Giga stays strong.
Today is Tuesday, November 7th, and I hope everyone is having their breakfast and drank their coffee and hot chocolate.
Hello everyone, good morning and welcome back to school no after a week long break from school, and it's so nice to start the day on air with you, especially with my fantastic partner here, Omi.
Yes.
Good morning,
Good
kamusta?
morning. I'm actually elated to have to be back here in DYUP Sugbo.
Yes, welcome back. And later on the show, we will be joined by Shel Colina, a candidate for UPC USC counselor, for a special interview for the special elections 2023.
In a setback for commuters and residents, the full operation of the Cebu Bus Rapid Transit or BRT line has been pushed back to 2027, as confirmed by the Department of Transportation. Gabriel Awatin for the update.
Originally planned for partial operation by the second quarter of 2025, the ongoing construction work has not only hindered the project's timeline but also led to traffic gridlock. The BRT system, a 13.8-kilometer line with 17 stations, 1 terminal and 1 depot, was designed to address Cebu's traffic congestion issues and provide a modern, efficient public transportation network. The Department of Transportation remains committed to the BRT project with partial operation on the 3-kilometer Phase 1 still on track for this quarter. However, the construction delays and their implication on traffic congestion have become a significant concern for the city and its residents. Gabriel Howard Awatin, DYUP Sugbo.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. And in other news, the Department of Justice, or DOJ, filed criminal charges before the Surigao Court against members of the Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated, or CBSI. There are a total of 21 cases filed for qualified trafficking in persons, facilitation of child marriage, solemnization of child marriage, and child abuse are J. Renz Kilario alias Senior Aguila and 12 others. Rimulya said the filing of cases before the local court is a temporary one since the prosecution will move for its transfer to Metro Manila or other venues. The DOJ earlier said they opted to transfer the venue for the cases since there have been multiple inhibitions of local prosecutors in the province. Rimulya said the NBI is still pursuing its investigations on the case. And last month, the NBI asked the DOJ to issue precautionary hold departure, or PHDO, against Kilario and several other officials of SBSI. The NBI in June recommended charging Kilario and several other SBSI officers and members with qualified trafficking under Republic Act number 9208, or Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2003, violation of RA 76110, Anti-Child Abuse Law, kidnapping, and serious illegal detention.
In a recent operation in Lapu-Lapu City, a high-value individual known as Clars was apprehended during a buy-bust operation in Sitio Kamansi, Barangay Paho. This incident occurred at approximately 11:23 p.m. on Monday, November 6, 2023. During the operation, law enforcement authorities seized a substantial amount of suspected shabu, totaling a staggering 7.4 million pesos from the suspect. Additionally, various items were taken from the individual, including a backpack, a tea bag used to conceal the illegal drugs, a mobile phone, and 500 pesos in cash. Omi Igot, DYUP Sugbo.
For Ayo UP Cebu's guest talk today, we're delighted to have Shell Colina as our guest. And stay tuned as she will be sharing information about her platforms, its general actions, as well as why she is running for the office. When we come back after this short break.
Men's basketball team clinches first to win in Sasafi 2023.
Annie welcomes new members.
Kate, you know Corstas is sole nominee for
An unidentified man retrieved near Second Mandawi Mactan Bridge.
Egyptian Blue found open human sculptures at the
Annie welcomes new members.
You're listening to Sayayo UP Cebu here at DYUP Sugbo, Kauban.
Exploring the heart of UP Cebu beyond its commitment to bring relevant and timely news.
Covering significant events, addressing the interests of the UP Cebu community.
Extending beyond campus, engaging wider communities.
This is
Sayayo UP Cebu,
the beat of campus, the pulse of news.
broadcasting live from Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
Sayayo UP Cebu.
We keep going in circles. We keep trying. We ask the same questions over and over again. You don't tell me what you need. I don't understand what you want from me anymore.
Unsa man jud, babe? Asa man ta mangaon?
Maun na. Dapat naminaw jud ta sa NKKLKL before ta mihawa. This is a friendly reminder from NKKLKL. Naa namo tanan. Kalihok, kasadya, kadasig sa kinatibukan sa Cebu.
Once upon a confession. Wala man jud ko'y marantan sa akong feelings. Oy, I don't know sad. Asa mga yung advice? Oble! Help me!
Psst, Iska, got something to share? Need personal advice? Don't worry, we got your back. Kay diri sa Dear Oble, you are heard. Pwede ka makasubmit og entry and be one of our chosen anonymous senders. Catch Addie and Daisy, and Ruth and Chiara as we chika mapa-social, love, akads, or life in general while Oble listens.
Oble? Mao ba? Is this really true?
Oh yeah. Dear Oble, your avenue to be heard, one confession at a time.
And now we're back. Joining us here today is Shell Colina to share about her platforms. First question, can you briefly introduce yourself and explain what pushed you to run or what made you decided to run for the position of UPCU as a counselor?
So, usa ka mo pala og madasigong pagtimbaya mga eskwela ng bayan. Ako si Aizal Colina, Shell, usa ka second year BA Psychology student, ang inyong musunod nga counselor ubos sa nagkakusog, nagkalapad og nagkayusang kusog sa estudyante. So, what pushed me to apply or to for the candidacy of counselor in UP Cebu is that my advocacy in life. Throughout my life, I've always been pushed to always think of the welfare of others. Gikan pa with how I am in my family, as the eldest, as the person who has to look after my siblings. It all rooted from there, and it all just rippled into my endeavors in life. So there, I joined a national democratic mass organization to learn more about people's rights and about my rights, to know that these are what we should fight for, how we should fight for people, for our people and their rights, and how we should be able to stand firm in allowing our community, our Filipino community, to have better welfare, to be alleviated from our current conditions. So, as what I said earlier, it all is rooted with who I am as a person and who I want to be as well. So that is why I am running for a counselor candidate for rights and welfare, because I think that this position truly speaks or truly reflects who I am and what I can contribute to UP Cebu.
Good morning, Shell. Welcome to the show again. Now that we've heard a little bit about your background and why you decided to run for USC counselor, we just want to give you the floor now to discuss the different platforms that you have for as you will be the counselor of UPC USC. So now I'm giving you the mic to tell to our listeners about your different platforms.
So, Masa. So, the general plan of action I have is entitled Masa. That acronym stands for Makinasudnong Panawagan para sa Katungod o Kaayuhan sa Masang Estudyante, abagan ang pagduso sa kapasidad kag hinawaan o ginhawa sa komunidad, sayentipiko o sistematikong pagtubag sa panghinahanglan sa kaestudyantehyan, ug sunod, aktibong pag-alagad sa masang nilupigan. So, kani, ubos sa nagkayusang kusog sa estudyante, ang kolektibong kalihukan, kolektibong kadaugan, alang sa katungod, kaayuhan o ginhawa sa masa. So all these plans of action, they're all for the welfare of not only within our constitution, not only within our institution, but also to consider that the welfare outside or the welfare of the whole Filipino community affects all of us here in UP Cebu. So our rights, our welfare, dili na diri sa sulod sa atong eskwelahan. Apil sad ang sa gawas. So whatever happens outside will truly affect our welfare, our education here in UP Cebu. So, going back again to the first letter or the first general plan of action, which is M, makinasudnong panawagan para sa katungod ug kaayuhan sa masang estudyante. So this tackles both the students' well-being as students in their education and how our rights and welfare should be upheld, how we should remember the masses, and how we should remember that we are the children of the masses. We are one with the masses. So here, for our well-being as students, we must push for the upholding of genuine academic breaks. So here, we must push for the coordination with the administration and the faculty to let us know or to have this agreement or this common ground of what policies or what are these policies or what do these memorandums mean then, because I have noticed that my fellow students are confused with what it means to have an academic break, what it then means to be a student enjoying a holiday, or what does it mean to what's this, like we've noticed ba nga kung mag-academic break kay we have this dilemma if the academic break really is for time to rest, or is it time to catch up with deadlines, to catch up with our backlogs. So we need this time, we need this common ground, together with the coordination, the cooperation with the administration and faculty to allow us that avenue to understand one another's perspective of what an academic break should be, or what should be done during an academic break. So there we should review the policies, we should review the memorandums, and we should take action in letting the student body know about these memorandums, know about these policies, and make sure that they do understand these. So next, about the student athlete funding. So this year, we have all noticed that the school has given spotlight on sports and different extracurriculars. So that then also needs attention when it comes to funds, when it comes to allowing the students the security that their ambitions, that their skills will not be wasted, because through student athlete funding, they will be given support. They will be given that recognition that their skills are truly worthy for tournaments, competitions, and that the administration and that the institution acknowledges this. So here, we will then allow student athletes to have this access to more sponsorships and to more recognitions for more organizations and teams. Like for example, Lantugi. Lantugi is a debate organization, right? But Lantugi also offers recognition for UP Cebu, as I am included. I am part of Lantugi, and we're able to give UP Cebu recognition through tournaments and such. So this organization then deserves to be recognized as a varsity team, and it deserves sponsorships from the university as we carry their name. we carry its name. So next, for community, for the rights and welfare of the students, still under as the first general plan of action. This then tackles the students' rights and welfare. So here, with the rights and welfare, the community of students we have here in UP Cebu deserves to be able to interact or to be able to be introduced to the realities we have outside of UP Cebu. So here, we have community immersions with the basic sectors, and we also have educational discussions. So this then will then encourage more civic engagement from our students. And this will also give them this enlightenment that this is really why we are here in UP Cebu. This is who we are dedicating our research studies to. Because when we look back into our research studies, we look at the purpose of these researches, these reviews of literature. Who are they then for? They are for the people. They are for the betterment of society, right? Because that is what we aspire to do, as we want to give back to our Filipino community. So next, for the second general plan of action, the letter A in Masa, is abagan ng pagduso sa kapasidad, kaginawaan o ginhawa sa komunidad. So here, this is where you'll see my advocacy as not only as a psychology major, but as someone who advocates for mental health as a universal human right. This is because ever since I was younger, I've always felt this gravity towards psychology and for mental health awareness. So that is why I am now a psychology major. So it's not exactly because I'm in this course, but it's because of the things that led me to take up on this program. So here, so I said earlier, kapasidad, kaginawaan o ginhawa, right? So kapasidad. First, we must be able to give we must be able to give UP Cebu the capacity to handle life changes, life experiences, life events. How we ourselves are able to handle these changes that will ultimately affect our mental health as students. So,
Shell, let me just cut you on that. We are now on the second part of your acronym na Masa, right?
Yes.
So we are on the A, and this basically talks about your advocacy and how your personal experiences led you to become who you are and take up the course that you are taking right now, which is psychology. Can you please tell us, like, what led you, like a specific anecdote in your life that led you into doing this advocacy and incorporating this into your platforms? And then just give us like a brief discussion on the activities that you want to do under this specific activity that you have.
So, brief background of what really influenced me or what really tugged me into this advocacy. It is because I have had family members who are victims to inaccessible mental health care. And these people who I have lost are still with me today, and I carry them with me as I push forward for human rights, I push forward for mental health assistance, awareness, and accessible healthcare. They are with me throughout the journey here. So, the activities I want is that I want to be able to give that empowerment to our fellow constituents that they can they can they are capable of doing something for their own mental health mental health conditions, because when we only put the capacity on professionals, then it does not allow us to inflict to inflict help seeking behavior. So the reason why we should give capacity or to empower our students is because we need to encourage that um, help 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 seeking behavior from them. Na, oh, I need help. I need to do this because this will make me feel better. This will get me away from this difficult situation I am in right now. This will improve my current state of mind. We need to give that empowerment to them first.
Mhm.
And to supplement that, to make that more to fill in the gaps of the error of handling things by yourself, we must be able to also give psychosocial services to our fellow constituents. So this is where we are pushing for a resident psychologist. So I have been able to consult with a well-known association that they also suggested that it is better to find an organization of psychologists rather than hiring only one. So with that suggestion, they also offered connections in helping our institution, or they gave this offer to connect our institution with more psychosocial services that not only given by only one psychologist, because if it's only one, then it cannot cover the whole university, and that there will also be a lack in manpower, or there will also be inadequacy in being able to address the whole university.
Mhm.
So that's what they suggested when I asked them about it. Like, what do you think about hiring a professional or like a psychologist for services in our university? And they said na, oh, other universities have that service, that kind of services na they're in connection with an organization with more than one psychologist that can offer more psychosocial services, not just one. So I think that's also something we should forward in once I am able to have that opportunity. I would also like to forward that that plan of action to connect with non-government organizations that can help our institution or can offer partnerships for institution when it comes to mental health care.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that I believe you also did your research, though, since you already mentioned that you already tapped with different non-government organizations that are advocating for mental health. So now that you want to incorporate this into your platforms, I believe the Office of Student Affairs is also advocating for mental health, right? And you said that there's really a lack of you want to have a resident psychologist in
Organization of
psychologists. In UP Cebu, but you want to tap more, not just one resident psychologist, but to an organization of psychologists. From that, how do you see, like, what's like the process? So let's just say you've already tap into a non-government organization na psychologists, how will that look like, and how will that transition, and what are the different activities that those different psychologists will do to school, aside from to our students, aside from having like a different studies and like advocating or like empowering our students, and essentially stop the stigma of mental health. So tell us, what will it be like the process once you have a connection na to a non-government organization of psychologists.
So as we push for having a resident psychologist, kato, there's also that thing we have to consider, that maybe a partnership can help cater to that need. So in catering to that need for our institution, for our constituents, so once we have that partnership, they will then be able to, kato, as you mentioned, they will be able to help us in empowering our students, in giving them more access to psychology. So giving them more access to psychological services, so psychosocial help. So I think that once we have that resident psychologist, or once we have that partnership, our students will then be able to confidently say, or will be able to confidently they'll be able to confidently say na, oh, I need help, I need to go to this, to go that, so that we could really see if they could really see if that their needs
are being catered to.
They're being catered to. So they could say na, so kana, I was able to know this about myself. I was able to get myself out of this bad time. I was able to be validated. I was encouraged. I was encouraged to ask for help, to be able to ground myself, to be able to change my ways, to be able to get better. So our fellow constituents will be able to proudly say that they were able to receive the services, or they will be able to receive the needed action in catering to their needs.
Okay. Now that we have heard about your advocacy, now let's move on to your third activity in your platform. So, from Masa, we have we are now on the letter S.
Yes.
So, give us a brief explanation on how will this activity be done in our school. So, go ahead.
So, for the general plan of action of the acronym Masa, we have the letter S. So, letter S stands for Scientifico o Sistematikong Pagtubag sa Panghinanglangan sa Kaestudyantehon. So, with this, I then emphasize here how research is for the people and how research should be accessible. So, here, I would like to forward that to be able to enrich our research here within the university, research must also be accessible to us. So, it would be good if we were able to access more local or more UP Cebu kanang mga research papers nga gikan jud sa ato like, oh, my senior made this last year, I would like to improve it. So we could enrich that mindset gani nga we are able to then kanang masugdan, like matapalan ang kana nga research study, so it can be improved by more of our students, our fellow constituents. So this will also help our fellow students in choosing research topics on what really is the what really is the true kanang what it really is the true stakeholder of this research topic, what should be improved, what should be done next time. So this database of research studies can truly help our institution in forwarding more research. So kato, if research becomes accessible to us, we can then enrich it more, improve it more, and make it more Cebuano.
Okay. Let's move on to the last letter from Masa. So that's A.
So, lastly, we have aktibong pag-alagad sa masang nilupigan. So, we know that in our political climate, our rights have constantly been violated by the Marcos Duterte administration. So, we have these violations can be seen through the attacks on our student leaders, on our development workers, or even our own constituents, like our professor, si Sir Armand, and si Ate Dian. So we have this close distance with being vulnerable to attacks, to red tagging, and we have to uplift our students when these violations or these acts are introduced to them or is shown right at their door. So we must be able to also empower our fellow students when it comes to their democratic rights. So here, we have here the call for junking the AFP RCDG Memorandum of Understanding. So last year, we were given that memorandum. The chancellor was given that memorandum to allow the ROTC games to be conducted within our university, and that is against the UP D&D Accord. So we must be able to strongly go against that, to be able to reassure our institution or to reassure our students of their safety, and how the military really should not step foot inside our institution. And next, the other forms of trying to step in our institution through disguised reasons. So expose and bar all intrusions of AFP, PNP. So kana mabisita sila, and then they try to make reasons to step in our university. And next, the promotion and protection of academic freedom and human rights. So here, we would like to forward human rights watch desk and reg tagging hotline. So we already have a help desk man, but we want this one in my plan of action to be more accessible to students, to be more easily accessed, and for them to understand that red tagging is a violation against our rights, especially as students of the University of the Philippines, especially as people who push for academic freedom. And the next is the establishment of Committee on the Promotion and Protection of Academic Freedom and Human Rights. So this will be a campus-wide committee that will be able to uphold the protection of the rights of our fellow constituents. And as well, earlier, another somewhat campus-wide, so a UNISO-wide committee would be a committee on mental health. So those two can then really safeguard the rights and welfare of our fellow constituents, as we also have that responsibility ourselves. So these committees are composed masad of kanang also students. So this will really truly empower and safeguard our rights and welfare as we work together for that.
I see, Shell. Now that we have heard about the few key points and like the general actions that you have for to be a counselor now, to our listeners out there, she basically explained to us how her platforms aligns to the overarching goals of the UPC USC, which is to uphold and promote student rights, welfare, and interests. So you explained to us your platform na acronym nga Masa. So to hear more about Shell's platform, there will be a debate tomorrow, right? Can you please tell us what time and where will this be happening? I believe this will be tomorrow.
1 p.m. I believe 1 p.m.
1 p.m. AS Hall.
I think so.
Yes. So you can just, to our listeners out there, you can just please stay updated na lang sa Facebook pages natin, no? Umi. So, Umi, do you have any questions for Shell here?
Actually, I would just like to reiterate what you said earlier, no, nga, what affected the masses would greatly impact or affect the UPC community as well. So, with that being said, how are you able to extend your reach outside the campus, like to connect or to bridge this gap within the campus and like outside the campus?
So, as I mentioned earlier, I am a member of a National Democratic Mass Organization. So I am the vice chair of Anak Bayan UPC, and with my journey as a member of the Cebu youth sector, I then have also connections in other orgs, other youth organizations that can help our institution in connecting them with more principles, with more engagement with the masses.
Umi, I just wanted to ask though, like how the outside community affects the UP community. So with that, amidst the threats towards student leaders and activists, what keeps you going to serve the people?
So the struggle in upholding human rights is truly ceaseless. So kanang kuan man good, when it comes to threats to our life, it doesn't end there. So the continuous attacks, the continuous violation of our rights will keep going on. So that is why I'm not discouraged at all. Kaya I know sad na I have the collective with me. So in NKKL, we also diba sa NKKL we have na kolektibong kalihukan, kolektibong kadaugan. So, I
was just basically asking about how you mentioned that the outside community affects the UP community here inside. So, amidst the threats that we have sa atong students and as well as our activists, what keeps you going? Are you not afraid, or like what keeps you going to really serve?
So kato, like what really keeps me going is that I have people with me who also wants to keep on going, and I also have my advocacies with me of wanting to really push for that Filipino community na kanang that has access to mental health care. And we cannot advocate for mental health care if we cannot advocate, or if we do not advocate for our basic human rights. Because once these rights are violated, these will ultimately affect our mental health. These will ultimately affect our livelihood, our lifestyle, how we perceive life. So these advocacies of mine truly kanang interconnect gani. So this interconnection keeps me like, what do you call that? Like, keeps me together. So all these advocacies that I have, kay, they are what is keeping me on my feet. And as I mentioned earlier, I have the collective with me, and it is really inspirational once you found yourself within that collective, or within these people that also advocate for human rights, because you could really be inspired by how much they are willing to sacrifice, how much they are willing to really push for their advocacies and to push for the betterment of the people.
To our listeners out there, we just basically heard from Shell about the different platforms and the activities close to her heart, as well as the reason why she's running for UPC USC counselor. I believe because of time constraints, we still have time for one more question. So, Umi?
With all of these being said, like, to you, on a level of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, how ready are you to serve the UP Cebu studentry if you're elected as a counselor?
So the answer to that would be a 10. It is a 10 not because I'm getting too ahead of myself, or maybe you think maybe she's not looking into the pros and cons properly, but I am saying that I am ready at the 10th Likert scale, because I've always been someone who is serving the UP Cebu community already. I have always been there behind the scenes. So I am always ready because I've always been there. I've always been serving the people, and I don't think I will ever stop.
Okay, there you have it, guys. That is Shell Colina from the College of Psychology, right?
College of Social Sciences.
College of Social Sciences under psychology. So she's running for UPC UST, and we will have our elections this November, di ba? November 9 to 10. 2023.
Starting at 8 a.m.
Starting at 8 a.m. and then mo end og 11:59
p.m.
59 p.m. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shell, for coming to the show and for giving us a little bit of your time. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, for a few announcements, the Grand Rally will happen tomorrow, 1 p.m. at the AS Hall. And just to correct a few details from the interview, the elections will start on November 9 at 10 a.m. and then it will end on the next day, November 10 at 11:59 p.m. So let's sit back for a while for some hot news. And Miss Universe contender Michelle D empowers women with her short hairstyle, breaking barrier and encouraging uniqueness on the pageant stage. Here's Steffi for the news.
In a recent interview with ABS-CBN News, Miss Universe candidate Michelle D shared her empowering message to women around the world. Embracing a short hairstyle during her pageant journey, D emphasized that her choice symbolizes breaking barriers and standing for individuality. She stressed that being a Miss Universe candidate should not confine to a specific standard, encouraging everyone to shine with their unique qualities. T playing a significant role in creating her Hello Universe Challenge video is currently in El Salvador competing for the Philippines' 5th Miss Universe crown. Steffi Gakit, DYUP Sugbo.
TNT made quick work of its pool assignments to cruise to the quarterfinals of Leg 4 of the PBA 3x3 Season 3 Second Conference yesterday at the Ayala Mall's Manila Bay. Unstoppable all-conference, the Triple Giga kept roaring and dispatched Blackwater 19-7 and Terra Firma 21-14 to top 3-team Pool A and advance to today's KO rounds, with Ping Xiamin Nano and Grian Mendoza leading the charge against the Smooth Razor and the DYIP respectively. TNT hurdled the initial challenge of its 4-peat bid while extending their winning streak to 18 games overall in the mid-season conference.
For the recap,
Cebu BRT full operations delayed to 2027.
7 million pesos worth of illegal drugs seized in Lapu-Lapu City by bust.
DOJ files criminal raps versus Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated members.
Michelle D opted for short hair in Miss Universe journey.
Triple Giga signal stayed strong.
And those are the latest news for today. Thank you so much for listening to Sai-Ayu UP Cebu, the beat of campus, the pulse of news.
Once again, this has been Omi Igon
and Shaya Marquez.
Been listening to DYUP Sugbo,
Kauban Nimo.
Here we go, there's no stopping now. Can you hear the beat blasted out? Tune in here for a great surprise. Ride the airwaves and come realize.
There's a lot to learn and much to see. Come be updated here in UPC.
Turn your radio on, you'll find your way. DYUP's here to save the day.
DYUP, Kauban mo. You will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo. DYUP, Kauban mo. You will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo.
The world's heavy, don't give up. Raise your voice, fight and do not stop. Yes, we hear you, you are not alone. Radio's not dead, yes, we are on.
DYUP Kauban Nimo, bisan asa magkamuan to.
Music o balita nga bago adi kini para sa imo.
Masking ikaw lang usa, daghan ang isag asa.
DYUP kabiyaan andam pang pagsilbihan.
There's a lot to learn and much to see. Come be updated here in UPC.
Turn your radio on, you'll find your way. DYUP's here to save the day.
DYUP, Kauban mo. You will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo. DYUP, Kauban mo. You will never be alone. Bringing you the hottest, latest in the zone. DYUP, Kauban mo. Kauban nimo, kauban nimo, kauban nimo, DYUP, kauban nimo.
Halina daw. Paminawan siguro na akong kanta ko eh. Lakaw sa pangano ibulang kag ang tanag ngano ngano man di ay kang bakay sa akong damgong sulitin no ayaw ina prinsipyo naunarap na mga tao nga way prinsipyo tuya lang diha o bulot lang diha wag ka una pagkarong ingno damgo lang diha damgo lang diha day damgo lang diha bay sa pangano, gigunitan ko ang paglaong. Lakaw ko sa pangano, gigunitan ko ang paglaong. Lakaw ko sa pangano, gigunitan ko ang paglaong. Lakaw ko sa pangano, gigunitan, biraha ko daw. Sulay lang o bira ko daw. Sulay lang maberap ko. Sulay lang maberap ko. Biraha ko daw, sulay lang og bira ko daw. Sulay lang mabira ba ko? Sulay lang, sulay lang.
Live on air from the University of the Philippines Cebu Radio Booth para sa pag-alagad sa katawhan, kini ang DYUP Sugbo Kauban nimo. Madasigong buntag mga eskolar ng bayan, Sugboanon ug sa tanang tigpaminaw. Adlang Biyernes karon ika-7 sa Nobyembre 2023, magkuyog na sabta karong buntaga sa atong bag-ong tulumanon.
Sa pagtuki sa katilingban na og pakighinabi sa katawhan, kita kauban sa masa para sa masa. Kini si Kaubang Kirstine, kauban ninyo sa pakighimamat sa lain-laing representante sa mga organisasyon, union o uban pang sektor sa katilingban.
O kini si Kaubang Nico, ug karong adlaw mao kini ang mga uluhan sa atong mga balita. Labor rights group na nawagan batok sa sugunson nga mass dismissal sa mga garment workers sa Dakbayan sa Lapu-Lapu.
ACT Region 7 nagpahigayon og seminar sa mga magtutudlo.
Ang Visayas Human Development Agency Incorporation, Convida, nagpagawas og usa ka statement pagniaging ika-30 sa Oktubre bahin sa pagka-dismiss sa libuang mga empleyado sa Lapu-Lapu City Special Economic Zones. Kini resulta sa pag-merge sa mga lain-laing kumpanya lagi pa nag-iya sa mga negosyanteng Taiwanese. Ang organisasyon kay nanawagan og usa ka investigasyon kay sukad tuig 2020 hangtod Agosto karong tuiga labaw sa 13,000 ka empleyado ang na-dismiss. Gipirmahan ni President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ang Executive Order No. 23 nga nagbuhat og usa ka komite nga nagpapaspas sa investigasyon matod ani nga isyu, pero gibabagan kini sa mga labor organization tungod ang mga membro ani nga mga komite kay apil sa mga abusadong nangabusar sa empleyado. Ikong dinasab ni VIDA Executive Director Casmero Mahilom na ang mga kumpanya sa sanina sama sa Adidas, Nike, Lululemon ug Under Armour kay anaa sila'y dagkong kita kada tuig apan dili nila matagaag saktong sweldo ang ilang mga empleyado.
Malampusong nagpahigayon ang Alliance of Concerned Teachers o ACT Region 7 og seminars alang sa mga magtutudlo. Mao kini ang Prop Writing Workshop ug Action Research Conference. Ang pag-ugmad ug pagpugas writing workshop uban sa tema nga Cultivating and Sowing a Pro-People and Nationalist Writing, adunay tumong nga hasaon ang pagsulat sa mga edukador ug mga literatura nga makaduso sa politikanhong kahibalo aron makatabang pagpasabot sa masa nga mobarug sa ilang tawhanong katungod. Kini gidaluhan sa mga magtutudlo sa publiko ug pribadong eskwelahan sa Cebu. Lakip na ang mga miyembro sa All UP Academic Employees Union UP Cebu Chapter, National People's Lawyers Cebu Law Students ug pipila sa mga miyembro sa UP Cebu Administration. Aduna usab nga mga tigpamulong mga alampat ug katitikan na ang mitampo sa ilang kahibalo sa pagsulat sa maong workshop. Mao sina Attorney J.L. Escatron, Professor Januar Yap, Sir Regleto Imbong, Sir Romel Rodriguez ug Chancellor Leo Malagar. Uban pa, nagpahigayon usab ang ACT Region 7 ug Action Research Conference. Kini giorganisa aron mahanas ang mga edukador sa paghimo og action researches nga gituuhang makausbaw sa ilang kalidad sa pagtudlo. Gitambungan ang conference sa dili moubos 15 ka edukador ug mga estudyante. Midayag usab sa ilang alamag ug pamaagi sa action research sila Dr. Aurelio Vibar ug Dr. Von Clyde Nunez. Ang maong mga aktibidad sa ACT Region 7 kay usa lamang sa mga laing mga lakang sa pagkabot og usa ka nationalist, scientific ug mass-oriented nga edukasyon na alang sa nasod.
Ug mao kato ang mga init na balita nga adunay kalambigitan sa nagkadaiyang sektor.
Sa pagkakaroon na atong paminaw na ang ilang mga kasinatian o kampanya pinaagi sa hingpit nga panaghisgutay kauban ang batakang masa.
Karon nga naata sa buwan sa Nobyembre, gitawag kini nga buwan sa kalag-kalag nga mas giilang Halloween sa mga kabatan-unan, no. Maong sa atong tulumanon karon, atong tukion ang mga nagkalain-laing mga istorya sa kahadlok ug pangpanghadlok